Okay, Bev, here's your video on how to sandwich your quilt. So as you see here, this is the quilt back, and it's laying down with the wrong side up. And I had to sew a piece in the middle so that I can have more room on the outside of it, which I will show you later. As you see, the chair in the background, it's not a ghost. It's actually, you want to take your batting out maybe a day or so before you put it on make your sandwich, so that the wrinkles and it has time to relax. So you don't want to put the batting on this now because there's wrinkles on the quilt back, and I will show you in the next video on how to tape it, because you have to tape it to the floor. So I have the batting over it, and I just have this little spot right here. As you can see, the blue mark is where the corner of the quilt will go. So I just need to make sure the batting is probably an inch or so past that mark. So I got plenty off to the side that I'm going to have to cut away. So now I'm going to cut it away. And we got a cameo shot. What a sweet little girl there. So at this point, I have rolled up my quilt. As you can see, it's kind of rolled the quilt top. And I've placed it in the very center of the quilt. If you see, all right, that little blue spot right there, that very blue one right there, that is the very center. So I've centered it horizontally and vertically. This quilt is a square, so you just have to remember where that is. And that green tape is in the center on that end, and the green tape down here, that's the center as well. And as you can see, I marked it on the quilt back so that I will know where the center is. And so hopefully you have clean feet, and you just kind of get on top of the quilt and slowly try to smooth out some of these creases so that you make sure you don't have any puckers. Okay, so the quilt top is now on top, and it's time to kind of pin it down. And I have my cutting mat is underneath, and I'm going to use that because when I put my pins down, whenever I start pinning, you really want to go all the way down and make sure you get that bottom layer, and I don't want to scratch the floor. So this is going to take a while. I'm going to plug in Wandrium on the TV and learn some stuff while I pin this quilt together. So the quilt sandwich is done. It is all quilted, or pinned at least, and ready to be quilted. So I guess that's it. So one more thing that I did want to show you is the pins and how it's stuck together. This right here that I'm working on now is going to be my sample block that I'm going to practice my quilting on before I actually use the quilt. But these pins, you can see they're bent, and it makes it kind of easy whenever you're pinning the quilt. And then this little tool here me see if I can't do this. You hook it under there and you click it. And it makes it so much easier, and so much easier so that your fingers don't get all sore, especially when you're doing a big quilt. So anyway, you can get this anywhere, Amazon, at your quilting store. But it's really cool, and it's a cheap little tool that really helps a lot.